Good eating, good food or not? So too much food? Every time a Pepsi? No? So how many of you take a Pepsi? No? None? Oh, that's really great. Huh?
Maybe not taking too much. Maybe sometimes only.
Sometimes. But does it help having a good health?
No.
No. Why do you take? Huh? You want to? No. Okay. So you see, poison,
Yes.
whether it is little or too much, it is poison. So what is happening, that people know that this Pepsi, Coke and other beverages of this kind, they are not good for health, but still people take it. Still people take it, which means that they are not really concerned about their inside. So you know that if within inside you are not okay, your face cannot be fresh. You cannot be really careful about your outlook. So for having a good outlook or a concern of your good outlook matters only when you are okay from inside. And for being okay from inside, you need to have good food. Good food in terms of quantity, quality. Only two things, or any other thing about the food? Two things. So you can take any time food, any time. So there should be timing also. And when you take food, how long should you wait to go to the bed? Immediately? No.
They said at least 2 hours.
At least 2 hours. And in China, people take 4-5 hours. You see, in China, you must be knowing it. These Chinese friends, they take their dinner at 6 o'clock or maybe 5:30 in most of the China, almost all areas. And then they go to sleep at around 10 o'clock or maybe even later. In Pakistan, we people take dinner very late and go to bed immediately. This is very bad. I hope what happens in Thailand, I hope it should be better there. What is the common practice in your area? Sometime 2 hours, right? So 2 hours is okay. Food, it should be good in quality, it should be reasonable, and should be careful that our sleeping time and our dinner time has a reasonable difference. Maybe 2 hours is okay. Not every time you would be able to follow this, but at least one should try for it. Okay? So food is very important for having a good personality. And food includes water also. So how many glasses of water do you take daily? For example, you. 5, 6? 6 to 8. And in these days of winter, 6 to 8. What about others? For example, you. How many glasses of water do you take daily? 5 or 6? 5 or 7, right? Now you see, this is very important. We are not so careful about the amount of water we are taking. The doctors and the health practitioners, they say at least a dozen glass, even more, would be better. So try to take more water, even if it is winter. In summer people take. It's an automatic process in summer, but in winter people generally ignore. So try to take as much water as possible, maybe 12, even more glasses a day. And the glass should also be a normal glass. It should not be very small glass, right? Okay. So what else do we need to have a better insight? Exercise, right. Exercise. How much? How much during a day? At least 45 minutes? 5 minutes? Okay. So how many of you are doing regular exercises? Tell me. You? 1. Good. 2. After exam it's okay. Right? Okay. So huh? Just so 1.5 hour daily during summer. But what about winter? Why? Why? Okay. So we all know that exercise is important. Yes? But we are not doing it maybe because of the non-availability of enough time, lack of concentration, mood. But try to make it your habit. And you see, exercise has a wide range of activities. Simply walking for a while gives you a lot of strength. And you see, the easiest exercise is, and we can do it right now. Easiest exercise is, I mean, there could be many other easy exercises, but I am trying to suggest one that you can do anywhere, anytime, at any place. For example, take deep breath. And when you are breathing deeply, count 1, 2, 3, 4 in your mind. Deep breathe and count 1, 2, 3, 4 in your mind. And then hold it. Hold your breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4 and then hold. Hold up to 7. So deep breathe, counting 4 times, and then hold it for 7 until you count 7. And then release it from your mouth and count until 8th. So it's a formula 4, 7, 8. And what are you doing? You are breathing deeply, holding it, releasing it. And this counting, in fact, setting the time interval for everything. Now, this exercise, if you are doing in your room, it's okay. If you are doing in a company of your friends, it's okay, no problem. Nobody will be even getting an idea. But if you go to the fresh air, it will multiply its effect. Now, this is one exercise which you can do everywhere. And now you are sitting here, you can do a lot of exercise here as well. You can try like this, do this, hold your hands like this, yeah, and then stretch. Do you feel some stress here? So you are exercising. You are exercising. And there could be so many things. When you are lying on your bed, you can do a lot of exercises over there. You see, do this, do this, do this. All this is your neck exercise. So what happens that in our normal course of activities, we are moving some of our organs quite frequently, while some of our organs are not moving at all. Now this makes, in the larger time frame, this makes problems as far as the movement of your different organs are concerned. So when you are sitting at some place and you can do these kind of many exercises, and as I said, on bed, so you don't need to go to the gym. You don't need to go to have some very heavy exercise. Simply walking, if you can jog, very good. If you can walk, very good. If you are sitting in a park or outside your room and you are taking these deep breath exercises, it's all exercise. As far as the duration of exercise is concerned, of course, everyone has her own timetable, will have her own timetable, but 15, 20, 30 minutes a day is a good time. If you are doing it for 30 minutes, different exercises, it's a good time. Stretch yourself in different ways. I had a shoulder broken, so I did not. I should not have stretched it like this. But this is the I should say spontaneous work. So exercise is important. One, food. Other, exercise. What else? What else? Good habit. We are at the moment talking about the physical aspect.
Getting shower.
Huh?
Shower, bath.
Right. I mean, you, instead of just limiting it to shower or bath, we should be careful about cleanliness. Cleanliness not only of our body, our room, the place we are living in, the area we are living in, right? So all the cleanliness, and you know this has been declared in one of the traditions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that this is half iman, half of iman, cleanliness. So cleanliness is important for our outlook and appearance also, but more important, it is part of our iman, and it is important for our health also. So if you have the intention that we are careful about our cleaning person as well as the environment, that means we are taking care of our iman, so you will be rewarded for that. So cleanliness, yes. I am trying to find out another important item, but until now we have not reached there. Food, right. Exercise, right. Cleanliness, yes. Sleeping. So how many hours of sleeping is okay for a good health? 6 to 8. So all of you sleep for 6 to 8 hours or more or less, no problem. If someone is taking less, okay. Taking, how many? How many hours do you sleep? For example, let me ask you, how many hours do you sleep? Can you understand my question? You tell her. 6 hours. What about you? 7. 6 to 8 is right. 6 to 8 is right. For an average human being, 6 to 8 hours is okay, right. But those who continue to sleep more than 8 hours, they are not doing well. They are not doing well to them. And this 6 to 8 hours does not mean that 2 hours in the afternoon, 2 hours in the evening, and then continue awakening till 2 o'clock in the night. No. 6 to 8 hours, a continuous slot of sleep. And ideally it should be in the night, because the night has been made for this. So there could be sometimes problems with someone that he has to continue doing work late in the night, but that should be exception. That should not be a normal thing. So when you go to the bed early and when you rise early, this is the best habit. So how many of you go to the bed early? So you continue using the social media, huh? All of you has an account on Facebook? Yeah. And you know, don't have, very good. And how much time you people give to the Facebook? On average, maybe 2 hours a day? Not enough. Not enough. Huh? Minimum. That's minimum, right. Now this is going to be damaging in the long run. You see what happens when you interact with the social media, which means you have a telephone, mobile, and something like that, and you are interacting with it. Your only two of your qualities or of your any part of your personality, I can say, they are being used, your eyes and your ears. Rest are getting frozen. But when you meet with each other, when you meet with people like you, sit together, discuss, it gives you a lot of things, right? So all of your senses, they get involved. When we are interacting only with the social media, all our senses are not really directly involved. So try to minimize it. I'm not saying to stop it. No, this is part of your life. And people like you who are far away from their homes, they need it more. But a lot of social media, a lot of internet, that's not going to be helpful in the long run. It should be with a purpose. Entertainment could be only a small part of it. So sleep is most of the time gets disturbed. Sleeping time, sleeping duration, the quality of sleep, all of these things get disturbed because people are giving a lot of time to the social media. So try to balance it, minimize it. So now our list goes on: food, sleep, exercise, and cleanliness. Let me share one small thing about your sleep. You have already discussed that what is the most important thing human being has been blessed with? Mind. Now, when you sleep for 18 hours, 6 to 8 hours, when you sleep for 6 to 8 hours, that means that you are working for 16 to 18 hours, right? Now what is that work? You are sitting here, we are talking, so you are listening. You are trying to comprehend, trying to understand. And what else is happening? Sometimes you touch it, it's very hot. So this is happening in your mind, that this thing is hot, this thing is cold, this voice is coming from where, and so many information and so many data is coming to your mind, right? The mind is full of data. Now when you go to sleep, this data input stops, shut down, and the computer, your mind, now it has time to arrange things. If it has 6 to 8 hours to arrange things, everything will be okay. And when you get up, you will feel fresh. But when there is data of say 20 hours and you sleep only for 4 hours, then what happens? That a lot of data remains unarranged, scattered, and that creates a burden on your mind. So you had 20 hours data and 4 hours to arrange that. So for a normal being, one needs to have 6 to 8 hours good sleep. And if you are not having good sleep, sound sleep, then try to understand what are the tips for having good sleep. Because sometimes there could be physical reasons, sometimes there could be psychological reasons, there could be many reasons. Sometimes there could be environmental reasons, because when you switch off everything, you have more chances to have a better sleep. When all the lights are on, when the television is also working over there, and your telephone is also just lying your bed besides you, so it creates an environment where you get disturbed and your sleep gets disturbed. So these are 4 important things which we discussed. Now let me come to another important concept with regard to personality development. Now tell me, or who would volunteer? Let me ask, who is going to volunteer my question? Can I ask you? Can I ask you one question? Okay. You come from Thailand, right? Was it your choice to born in Thailand? Was it your choice? If it is difficult for her, can you anyone explain her the question? This is a question to all of you, but I have pointed her to respond me. This is a question to all of you. Is it a choice? So was it your choice? Still not clear to you. Right. No. Right. So every one of us knows it, that we have born in this world, we have come in this world. It was not our choice, not our decision. We did not make this decision to born in Pakistan or in Afghanistan or in Thailand or in China. And you are a girl. Was it your choice? No. So it's not your choice. But you have come to Pakistan in the International Islamic University to study something. It is your choice. You could have gone to any other country, or you could have come to Pakistan, not to Islamabad, but to Karachi. So now when you look at yourself, you will find that you have certain things in your personality which have been chosen by yourself. But at the same time, you have certain things in your personality which are not your choice. Now, when you have this classification in mind, you need to understand that something which is not your decision, it is basically a thing which is unchangeable in your personality. So you didn't make this decision to become a girl, and this is unchangeable. This is unchangeable. That would remain unchangeable. So someone who is a boy, he will remain a boy. So if you have a Thai mother, she will always be your mother. So there are certain things which are part of your personality, which have contributed a lot in your personality, but they are not your choice, and they are therefore not changeable. But there are certain things in your personality which are part of your own decision, which have come part of your personality because of your decision, your own choice. Now that is an area which you can change. So when we are talking of personality development, what we are trying to understand, that there are certain things which can be developed, but there are certain things which cannot be changed in any way. So you need to realize it. And then you need to understand that what are the things which are changeable. Your education, your skills, your communication skills, your discipline in life, all these things are the areas where you can develop. But some of the integral parts of your personality are unchangeable, and that would remain unchangeable. And then at the same time, there are certain things which you like or do not like, they will be changing. Let me explain this by showing you a couple of things. although I know it might not be strange for everyone, what we are trying to understand is that who are we? Take a look at this. Now, did you notice what is written over there? Endless. So, an endless process is going on. Endless process is going on. And the way it is changing your life, you don't have any control over it. It goes on. And when we are talking of personality development, we are trying to understand who we are. So there are billions of people who come in this world like this. Now we have two options. One is that we should take it as an endless process in which we have nothing to do, or we should take it as a process during which we can do a lot to improve ourselves or gain something. And similarly, let me come to the next, and I think that may not be strange for you. So you see, you don't have any control over this. But in the process, you can always try to improve yourself. And as we earlier pointed out, in the process of development, you are unique. You will have to keep in mind your uniqueness, your strengths, your weaknesses in the environment in which you are working, all these factors together that help you define your roadmap. So we are better than animals because of our intellectual power. And then another important thing that we should now let me take an example. So some of you are having glasses. I need your glasses. Okay, thank you. And who would like to wear it? Yeah, wear it. No. Huh? Okay. So how does it look now? Can she see everything correct? And what about you? Can you see now correctly? Not really, not really. No. This is very important. Okay, even if I give it to someone who is also wearing glasses, like maybe you, yeah. What's the number of this? 3. And what about you?
Mine is
1.
1.5.
Okay, just wear it.
Hello.
Oh, so how does it feel?
It is much more. I can't like.
Right. Huh? So this is an extremely important concept that we are trying to understand. You see, everyone in this world, he or she, in any part of the world, he has a lens through which he or she tries to understand this world, the status of human being in this world, and the way life needs to be passed. Many choices that what to do at a certain point of time gets affected because of this lens. It is important when you are trying to find out a road for development that you have a correct lens. Now, when you look in this context, you will find in this world many people who say this world has come into being because, let me come back to that slide which we had just passed on. What is this concept? Do you have any idea? Evolution. Who said it? Aapne kaha? So do you have any idea about this? What is this concept? Yeah, someone will translate, no problem.
Copyright.
Can you help her?
Buat menjadi sepenuhnya kopi apa dulu saya cakap dulu itu tengok orang
No problem, no problem.
Copy like this.
You have seen this on a copy or somewhere else? Okay, did you get some idea?
I got, but I don't know. I don't know.
How? No, that's not your problem, right or wrong.
No,
What is she trying to say?
I think that she thinks that the people want trying to copy the others.
Okay, that's the idea that comes to your mind. Okay.
Growing up, a human being growing. Before it was like this, and now it's becoming a robot.
And in the future will be
Like
Yeah. No, on the left side, the symbol, Big Bang, yeah. Now you see, there is a theory in this world where people say that this whole world came into being automatically. Have you ever heard the name of Darwin? So, that's his theory, that the world has come into being on its own. There is no creator. And when there is no creator, then there is no accountability. So there is a theory like this. And that theory says that initially the human being was like this, the first picture. And then with the passage of time, human being developed automatically. There is no one to create and there is no one to manage this world. That is a theory. Now, being Muslim, you know that we have a different perspective. Is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made this world. He has also made this made human being, created human being, and when He has made this world and He has created human being, He has given a whole code of life, how to pass your life. So what we are trying to understand is that there are two kinds of lenses available. When you have this lens on your eyes, you take this theory and you say that the world has come into being on its own. Human being is a process, it is going on, and the whole world will continue in the same way. So as a result, man is not accountable to anyone, so he can do whatever he or she likes. That is one way of looking things. And the other way of looking things is that the world has been created by Allah. So with these two different lenses, different personalities emerge. So we need to remind ourselves again and again that our perspective is that the world has been created by Allah. The world, not only the world, but the whole universe, that has been created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Human being has also been created by Him, and He has given a code of life, and under that code of life we need to develop our personality. So two different personalities are developed under two different paradigms of life, under two different lenses on your eyes. So we should, just like she is always concerned that she has the right kind of glasses on her eyes. If her number is 3, if she takes the glass with 6 numbers, she will not be able to use it. Her vision would be blurred. She would be confused. So we should also be very careful that our glasses should be perfect, which means our thinking process, our paradigm of life, that should be very, very clear. Now, one concept before we conclude today's program, or rather two concepts before we conclude today's program. Tomorrow morning, inshallah, we shall be meeting again to discuss some more things. One of the very important part of personality development is to have good communication skills. Good communication skills. Because human being, they cannot remain isolated. They cannot remain alone. If I ask you to stay in your room, just like what is nowadays we are feeling, I mean, it's a very difficult situation for our Chinese friends, that some people have been asked not to leave their home, not to leave their rooms. Now it is extremely difficult. So human being, I mean, they want to talk, they want to feel, they want to discuss. So in that context, communication skills are extremely important. So I am trying to present before you some very important phrases and words which help us having good communication. So let me go to those slides. We have done this, right? So when you meet with each other, when you discuss different things, I am going to share this one very important sentence with you, which should be part of your personality, which should be part of your habits, the way you so every one of us make mistakes, everyone, but sometimes we are not ready to admit our mistakes. Then what happens? We fight with each other. Someone insists that you have made this mistake, and in response we deny it. So keep this sentence as one of the very important lesson, that it is not bad, it is not really wrong to commit a mistake. As human being, we commit mistakes. So committing mistakes is not really strange or undesirable. It can always happen with everyone. Everyone in the world commits mistake, but there are few who are ready to admit their mistakes. So I admit I made a mistake. This is something which we should always be ready. Now there is another sentence with regard to this communication. You did a good job. What does that mean? While I am ready to admit my mistakes, I am always happy to congratulate others, to appreciate others, to praise others. You did a good job. So this is the other sentence, and this should be made part of our personality. Just like we don't know how are we smiling. This is a spontaneous reaction when you smile. When you like something, when you enjoy something, you smile. Just like that, these should be your part of personality, part of your regular communication. Now try to understand what... Oh, no problem, no problem. I hope everything is okay. Imagine. Let me help you. What is your opinion? That means whenever you are discussing a problem, whether it is a family problem, whether it is a hostel problem, whether with your teachers, whether your colleagues, your younger brothers and sisters, everywhere, try to make it a habit that you give opportunity to others to share their views. Because when you ask people to let you know their opinion, they feel pride, they feel happy. So with the passage of time, as you become older and older, you will have a lot of younger colleagues, family members. So make it your habit that you are always happy to listen to others, taking their opinion. So what could be 3 important words? Always request others. Give them respect. Give them respect. So when you respect others, others will also respect you. So a society will be created where everyone respects others. So what could be the 2 most important words? I think now you can guess. 2 most important words. Thank you. Thank you. Right. 2 most important words. Thank you. And what about the 1 most important word? Oh, these are 3. We. Always, when you are a team, when you are a group of people, when you are friends, always try to give credit to others. We were able to do this, although you might be the main player. You may have done a lot, but in spite of that, try to give credit to others as much as possible. And now, what should be the least important word? I. In fact, it would be very, very good if you make a habit that you avoid using the word I, unless I committed a mistake and I am accepting that. So for anything wrong, you are ready to accept, but for anything good, go for we. Anything good that has happened, it has happened because you and you were together. We all were together. So that's the way your communication will be improving. So while we are on the communication, I will start tomorrow with one exercise. Just remind me that we are going to we are going to start tomorrow's program with an exercise. But at the moment, communication. Inshallah. Yeah. Now those of you who understand English, I'm sure they will enjoy this particular video. But those of you who might not be well aware of English, their friends can let them know that what is written over there. There are only a few sentences which are being written and spoken. Rest is the action. So the action they will be able to understand, but without having the knowledge of those words, they might not be fully able to enjoy it. Sorry. Just a minute. What about the speaker? ये इसका स्पीकर है? क्योंकि वहाँ तो स्पीकर फुल है. हाँ. Sorry. ट्राई करें.
चेंज करके रखिए.
कोई चलिए उसके बगैर कर लेते हैं हम. हाँ आते एक दफ़ा चेक करें. So all of you like Pakistan? Huh? You are happy here? And your parents are also happy that you are in Pakistan? MashaAllah. Done? Chalo. Let's first look at it. So now you see, in fact, we did not have a preamble of this video, but what we were trying to understand is that there is a body language, and that body language also communicates a lot of things to the others. Now this particular video was telling you that how body language influences the others. Now if you are always smiling, you will have a smiling environment. If you are always very reserved, others will also be reserved with you. If you are polite, if you are reasonably welcoming, then others will also be welcoming you. So in your face expression, your body language tells others that how polite you are. So sometimes you can be speaking very good words, but your body language will be telling others that no, she is not really happy to see me. So always try to be very true in your reflections, and that reflections should be positive. But coming back to the earlier slide, earlier video, yeah.
But what this organization really needs is a one-on-one approach.
Easily erasable. Camden whiteboard markers.
Actually, what this organization really needs is repositioning. That means that
Easily erasable. Camden whiteboard markers.
what this organization desperately needs is change.
Easily erasable. Camden whiteboard markers.
So you may have noticed this is basically an advertisement of a marker that is always erasable. When you write with some of the markers, they are not erasable. But when you write with this marker, but with respect to communication, what is telling us? That in daily language, daily conversation, there are many words and many sentences that might have two meanings or more than one meaning. So when he was saying, he was a trainer, and the trainer was saying to the participants that this organization needs a change. What does that mean? Change means you need to change your attitude, you need to change your behavior, but the change has another meaning. So that's why the participants took it differently. Or when he was saying that one-on-one. One-on-one does not mean to sit on the other's shoulder. One-on-one means you need to talk to each other, you need to discuss with each other. So when we are talking of personality development, communication skills are extremely important part of personality. So some people have a very weak personality or very good personality, but at the same time they lack communication skills. So whatever they are saying, people take it differently. People do not really understand what they are actually saying. As a result, communication gap is created, and as a result, that communication gap sometimes lead to infighting, and even wars are started because of this communication gap. So we need to be very careful and try every attempt and every effort to improve our communication skills. Tomorrow inshallah we are again meeting, maybe at 10 o'clock inshallah, and we shall follow certain other concepts as well as some certain other details on the subjects that we have just discussed today. If there is any question, I can certainly take it up before leaving or before completing this class. If there is any question. Or you can leave, you can even discuss later on, and if you have some questions we can discuss them tomorrow, right?